What am I gonna do today? What do we have? What's this? What can we make out of that? I got a great idea. It's not straight, but that's okay. I do need to keep what's left of my hearing though. Okay, I'm done. Just kidding. You gotta find the right spot for the grain to stop. I think it's time to change my saw blade. Now I'm just going to clean the surface before I sand it. Try and get any of the excess wood off of it. The other thing that the wire brush does, I can use a sander, but that'd take out all the actual movement of the bark of the tree. So what the wire brush does is take out all the leftover softwood, and it leaves you with these beautiful ripples. See how iridescent that is? And just if you're wondering, the reason why I make so many cuts is because this is really, really dense wood, and it's from the limb of a tree, so it's multiple limbs that have come together. So it's kind of like a burl. So it's very dense, it's very hard, and for me to just plow my saw through it, my blade's already smoking, it would totally blow my blade up. So do it a little at a time. All right, now that we've got our shape, let's cut it in half. This is a bandsaw, and I'm setting up an auxiliary fence to be able to resaw this piece of wood and split it in half. Different on the inside, huh? All right, so now we're gonna plane it down. I'm taking the char off using a soft bristle brass brush because I don't want to scar the surface. I just want to get the loose char off so that it exposes the finish. And you can see where the material, where the char is gone and where it still has to be brushed. You can see the difference in the wood. Now that the block's prepared as far as burnt and it's ready to receive the template for the knife, the intention of this knife block is for this knife to sit in the center, but with the way that the exterior of the tree curves in, we have to be very careful on the placement of the blade so that we make sure that we're not going to interfere with the outside of the wood. This is the knife that we're going to be using. Currently in the process of putting a handle on it. It's not done yet. Stay tuned for that one. So all I'm doing now is just kind of laying this knife in here and figuring out which position I like the best, whether it's straight up and down or a little bit of an angle. I think I like the little bit of an angle, so that's what we're going to go with. So we're going to draw out our template of this, trace our knife, and that's where our knife's going to sit. Now what we'll do is take a router and remove some material for that knife to sit in there comfortably. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take a router and we're going to remove the material from inside of our lines for the cutout of our knife. I like to keep what's left of my hearing anyway. It usually helps if you make sure the material doesn't move on you. All right, our knife fits. That's a good thing. On to the next step. All right, we're all clamped up, ready to go. It needs to be finished, so I need to spend a little bit of time sanding and buffing and polishing before I put any final coats on. And then ultimately, the knife needs to be finished. Lovely knife handle. But ultimately, that's your end product.